Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Phlinger Phoo, and today we're going to be discussing how to start on Ark, how to get established, and how to actually make some progress in the game. How to actually select your server, how to set up your own private solo game, and then also how to go through and sort through the various servers for the PC, Xbox, and PS4. That's right, I'm going to be covering all three of them. They are a little bit differently. I'm going to be covering it on the PC version, but also I do have experience with the other one, so I'll show you where to look for the different things on those. Now, to start off, welcome to Ark Survival Evolved. This is a great game. You get to ride really fun dinosaurs in this game. It's really cool. You ever dreamed of riding around and eating things on the back of a T-Rex? You nailed it. This is the game for you. You ever dreamed of riding a Triceratops off into the sunset as all your friends look on and go, oh? Yeah, this is that game too. This is the one that you want. Alright, so now that we've got all that covered, let's see about finding servers. Now, when you're finding servers, this right here, the official servers are probably the ones that you're gonna want to jump onto first. These are the basic servers. These have got all sorts of different rule sets. You have the older servers, like the legacy servers here. Those ones have been around for a long time. You have the beginning servers right here. Those ones right there, they're for newer players. They only allow you to go up to a certain level, and then you have to transfer off if you want to keep progressing. And then they also have PvP servers, PvE servers. Now, PvP, if you're not, most everybody knows what this is, but if you're not familiar with that, PvP means player versus player. It means it's open warfare on the servers. You need to make friends or you need to die. That's as simple as that. It's very fun, it's very challenging, and there's different types of PvP servers too. There's small tribes, there's big tribes, there's all sorts of alpha tribes. Yeah, there's all sorts of different rule sets for these things. If you have any questions about the specifics about these, go to survivetheark.com. They have a full list of what all the servers are, and yeah, alright, so, and then you have PvE. Now, PvE is different than PvP. PvE is player versus environment. Now, this is where you'll have different groups come together, and then, nobody fights each other. You tame big dinos, you beat the bosses, you do all sorts of cool stuff. Everything that you do on the PvP server, just with all that combat involved between different players. Although, on the PvE servers, sometimes you do get combat, it's just not a bullet to the face kind of combat. Alright, so hey, now that we've got these talked about, now we're going to be talking about if you need to find certain servers for being able to play. One of the best ways, say if you're going to pop on some of these and you want to find, say, PvE 275. All you do is go 275 and you hit enter up here and then bam, 275. But also, if you have a friend that owns a server and you want to join their server, you can search for the non-dedicated sessions, the unofficial sessions, and then also, if you already have made a character on it, you can just search for My Survivors. Bam! There we go. I've got a whole bunch on there. Alright, so now also, you can select via favorites. Now, these right here, these are the servers I host that I can just link through Steam, and if you have any questions, I have a connection to, I have a link to my Discord down below that will help you pop in there, and we can tell you on exactly how to access certain servers, how to do anything. We've got a really big resource of information that we can do. But today I'm starting off my beginner's guide, or my season 5. So we're not going to be worried about servers today. Today we are backing up. Alright, today we're going to be discussing solo or local gameplay. Now, this right here, this is where I do my season 5 because everything is completely solo, everything is without a tribe, and we're going to go through, we're going to talk about what you should do as soon as you get on the island and certain things that you need to pay very close attention to. Alright, now, granted, when you jump into Ark for the very first time, you can die a lot. If you're jumping to Ark expecting not to die 100 times, you're doing it wrong. Trust me. Alright, now on this server, right, on this selection screen right here, you can select one of these maps if you own the expansions. This is the island. This right here is the very vanilla one. This is the one that comes with the base game. Scorched Earth, Aberration, and Extinction, these are the various expansions that have came out. The custom arcs, these right here, the Center and the Ragnarok, these are official custom servers. And then also I have another modded map here, Crystal Isles, and It could be, they're all really, really fun. They're not these ones. These ones right here are the ones we're going to be really paying attention to because these ones have the story mode on them. Now, if you're on PC, you can load up all sorts of different mods, and then you can just place them over in here. If you want to add a mod, all you do is go like this, bam, and then it's all of a sudden up here. And then if you want to remove it, you just click it like that, and then it's removed. Okay, now also we have the general Ark rules. Now this right here is where you go through and then you kind of minimize everything. I'm gonna go do a video about how to set this up. It's gonna be Coffee Time with Phlinger. I already have one, but I'm gonna do another one just for this series, so where I can discuss the ins and outs of those. That video will be coming out within either later today or tomorrow, so search for it on my channel, Coffee Time with Phlinger. All right, now we're just going to be jumping right into the island because I don't want to be sitting on this too long. Let's get into the action. Let's go play with some dinosaurs. Oh, yeah. All right. See you guys in a sec. Now, this is the first screen that you will be met with as soon as you log into the game. This is character creation. Now, you can go through and you can adjust all sorts of different things. You can get some really wacky, wonky-looking characters on this character screen. I mean, you want a giant head? You can do it. You want a massive wide head? You can do it. You want a chest that pops out to everywhere? You can do it. I encourage people, you know, have fun with this. Enjoy it. I actually have a preset, and I will show you how to do presets here in just one sec. As soon as I get those set back to normal. You can go up here. You can go... Whoop. Let's see. Load preset. Whoop. Apparently, I don't have any presets that are saved anymore. All right, so... and then random gives you all sorts of weird stuff. All right, so let's go back to default. And then let me set up my character really quick, and then we will go through. But yeah, if you want to switch over to female, there's female, and then you go to male. But if you want to save a preset, after you get everything completely fine-tuned, all you have to do is go up here, click Save Preset, and then from then on in, you just click this button, a little window will pop up, you select whatever name you selected for it, and then it'll just automatically apply those. I have recently deleted my game, so yeah, my presets went along with that deletion. So give me one sec. Alright, now I've got my character completely set up. Now I'm going to name him, and you'll notice that your character doesn't have any hair yet, because in Ark, it's actually a really cool feature, is that your hair naturally grows. And when it gets to a certain length, you can craft some scissors, you can give yourself all sorts of different hairstyles. You have to go through and you have to unlock the different hairstyles by doing different things, like beating certain bosses, going and finding some engrams, just doing some achievements and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. I love the hair system that they have in this game, because you kind of have to earn your hair. It's really cool. All right, so now that we've got this set up, I've got my character name. Let's save this preset. Save it as Phlinger. There we go. And so now, if we want to load up the preset, see, it just loads up just like that. All right, so now, let's see. Now we're going to be talking about the spawn spots, starting from the very top ones. Because when it comes around to the island, you'll notice that the northern little bits are super tough. The farther north you go, the harder it gets. Yeah. So now, the easy ones, so you notice where it says, right next to these, easy, medium, and hard. Actually, when it comes down to these things, it goes with, I would say these are... for the brand new beginning player, instead of them being easy, these are actually kind of medium difficulty. And then these ones right here, the bottom ones right here, they're still medium as well. But when you get up higher into West Zone 3, that becomes hard. All right, so like over here on the East, East 1, that one's easy. East 2, that one's a lot harder. East Zone 3, a lot harder. All right, and then you get north, and these ones right here, they become wicked hard. They're no longer hard, they are wicked hard. If you spawn in the north, you'll see lots of pretty snow, and then lots of pretty direwolves as they eat you. All right, so now we're actually going to spawn, I think, you know what, let's just start off with the very first one, right there, East Zone 1, or South Zone 1, and let's go. Now this right here is the very first screen. That you'll see, and let's take a screenshot of that for the thumbnail. I love that. All right, so now, look around a little bit, and then here we go. All right, so now, let me see. You can pop open your inventory by just clicking I, and then going through that. And then you'll notice that as soon as you have your inventory open, you'll have this right here. This is all the items that you're carrying. This right here is your specimen implant, because you are actually clones of your character as you go through. There's a big, huge storyline involved with it. You can upgrade this thing as you go. It's really cool. I won't spoil that until we get a little bit further on in the series, but it's wicked amazing. This right here actually leaves you eventually. All right, and then when you click crafting, you'll notice you actually have a few rudimentary things. Now you can sort these by actually going like this, clicking this button right here, the folder view, and it makes those folders go away. Or we could click it like that and we have it back. In this early on game, I generally tend not to have the folder view open, but as you get higher level, you get more engrams unlocked, and you just have a bunch more here. The folder view comes in so handy. All right, now this right here, this toggle tooltips, when we unclick that and you mouse over things, nothing pops up. When you toggle this, bam, hey, there we go. It tells you exactly what it takes to craft it, it tells you what it does, and it tells you where you can craft it as well. It's really cool. All right, now also here, this is your own personal character. This right here is your armor slots: head, torso, legs, hands, and feet. Offhand, we're not going to worry about too much right now, because offhand is actually shields, and we're nowhere near ready for a shield yet. All right, so now also down here, you'll see that your XP bar is constantly going up, slowly, bit by bit. It always, throughout the entire game, as long as you have your character, you will passively level up. And this is actually going really fast, so I'm probably going to take a break and turn that down just a sec, because that's going way too fast. Normally on these first episodes, I generally go with negative XP just so I can cover all this stuff, but I don't encourage you guys to do that. All right, so now we're going to be discussing these little bits. We've got health, we've got stamina, we've got oxygen, we've got food, we've got water, we've got weight, we've got melee damage, we've got movement speed, we've got crafting skill, we've got fortitude, and we've got torpidity. Now going from the top down, health, this is your hit points. This right here, when this gets reduced down to 0 before your enemies, then you're going to die before they do. If their hit points gets reduced to 0, they die, you live. Yay! Sometimes they both get reduced to 0 at the same time. That's not so yay. All right, stamina. This right here is your ability to whack things, your ability to sprint, your ability to do things for a prolonged period of time, your ability to swim. Always keep an eye on this stamina bar. And you'll notice that over here on the sides, these are actually directly equated to it. So you see this right here, the cross for the health? Right down here is a cross. This will show you exactly how much health you have. Now the lightning bolt for the stamina, it's right above the health. It's right there. It'll tell you exactly how much is there. All right, the oxygen, this right here is how long you can hold your breath. And this right here, it's not normally displayed, but as soon as you go into the water, another one will appear above here that has the oxygen, or the O2 meter right there, the little oxygen tank. Now food, this is one that you constantly have to be paying attention to, and water. This right here is how much food that you have, how hungry you get. You need to constantly be replenishing this with meat, berries, cooked recipes, all sorts of stuff. We'll get into those as we go a little bit longer, and then yeah. All right, now water, that's the exact same thing as food. It's just liquids instead of solids. Weight, now this right here is a very important stat. This is how much stuff you can carry. In this game, you end up carrying all sorts of stuff around in your pocket. Yeah, big giant foundations made of rock, stuff it in your pocket. That's right. Yeah, big giant weapons, guns, spears, metal pikes. Yeah. Stiff them in your pocket. All it does is right here. It's determined by your weight, how much weight that you have. All right, now melee damage. This right here, this stat right here, it's kind of important in some things on the early game. In the later game, it's not as important. When you are using picks, pikes, and stuff like that, it's very important because it makes you do a lot more damage. But once you start using rifles and stuff like that, it really doesn't do any good. So I generally tend to avoid damaging this. Some people's opinions varies. All right, now movement speed. Movement speed, this one right here is a very important stat. Okay, you want to level up movement speed a little bit, but there is a thing in this game called raptors. Yes, that's right, velociraptors. They're real. They're in this game. They love to eat you, and I think they are stupid, and they should be hated. But they're in the game, and you need to be able to run faster than them, or else they will find you, and they will eat you, and they will hunt you down after they've eaten you, and they will eat you again. That is what raptors do. That is what raptors will always do. So, raptors move at about 110 movement speed. So you will want to go with 112% movement speed. just so you can outrun raptors. 112 movement speed. That's the target goal. All right, so you can avoid being eaten, pooped out, eaten again, pooped out again, and then something else comes and eats you. Raptors, bad. All right, crafting skill. This right here determines, you really don't need to worry about this one yet. We will cover this in a future episode, but right now I recommend not using crafting skill until you actually get into custom recipes and then other looted engrams and stuff. It's a very important skill, but right now we're not going to be covering it because this right here is a whole episode involved in crafting skill. Fortitude. This right here is your durability against the elements. The cold weather, the hot weather, and then also it determines how much torpor is inflicted upon you by, like, say, the big giant scorpions that roam across the island. Yep, they're a thing too. All right, so we want to make sure that we're leveling up fortitudes where we don't have to wear too much heavy armor just where we can go into the cold areas. We want to make sure that we don't have to wear too cool of armor just so where we can go in the warmer areas. This right here, it offsets all of that. All right, now torpor. This right here is a stat that you cannot raise, but it has a base value of 200, and it means this right here is your unconscious damage. This is your consciousness, basically. The more torpor damage you take, the more closer to unconscious you get. Now, that is also how you knock out dinosaurs, and then also how some dinosaurs knock you out. All right, so for the first little level, we're gonna take weight because I want to get weight up there really quick. Now, with our first level, the first things I want to take is the stone hatchet and the campfire, and then we're not gonna learn the spear until level 2, but we're definitely gonna learn that. Now, coming out just like this, you'll notice there's rocks in here, stuff on the ground, and you want to make sure that you can just kind of pick these up just by using your use button over on this, which is generally F on PC. And I believe it's X on PlayStation 4, and then on Xbox, I'm not sure. It's the bottom one. All right, so now let's just keep going with this as we get another level. And then actually, I'm going to turn down this XP because I don't want to be going too fast. I'll be right back. All right, so now that we have our bearings, okay, let's see. Let's open up our inventory here and then go to our crafting. Now you notice that the stone pick and the stone hatchet. These are your two most important ones that you're going to want to need right from the beginning. But they also take stone, which we already got off the beach, and then thatch, and then wood. All right, let's level up weight just again, and then let's end up learning the spear, and then the cloth shirt, and then the cloth pants, and then we'll wait on the other ones here. For here the next little bit. But you may be asking how you get wood and how you get thatch. Well, the answer is simple. You punch trees for it. Yeah, these down trees on the ground, you can walk up to them, you can punch them, but also remember that as you're doing that, you'll be taking damage from any kind of physically punching trees and rocks, stuff like that. And that is a Dilophosaur right there. We're going to want to avoid that guy. That guy is commonly called Dillo, and they spit little green things at you and make your life miserable. Yeah, it's really not as fun. But here, let's go up here. Let's highlight this. Let's craft one of these. And as soon as we get one of these, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this down in my 1 slot. So now, all I have to do is press that corresponding button, and then I just put it into my hand. Avoid that guy. All right, and then now that we have that, now we want to start working on crafting the hatchet, which requires flint. Now, to get flint, you walk up to one of these rocks that are on the ground, and you use your pick, and you start beating on it, and then you get a bunch of flint. Over on the left side, that's where all the stuff that we're getting a bunch of flint, we're getting some stone, we're getting some metal. Now, all this metal that we get, we're not going to be able to use that until level 20, but we're going to want to keep every last little bit of that. It is important. All right, so now that we've got that, let's craft that. Let's stick this down here in my 4 slot. Now let's start working on some spears. What we need for that, also we're going to start working on getting some fiber for the cloth shirt, so where we can actually get a little bit of armor. So now with the this right here unequipped, what you want to do, you want to walk up to one of these little bushes down here on the ground and just start hitting your use button, just like how we picked up the rocks on the beach. And as long as you're over a bush, you'll be picking up berries, you'll be picking up fiber, and also sometimes you'll get seeds as well. Now these berries, each one of them kind of has their own little use. Some of the uses won't be apparent until you get a little bit higher level and you start crafting certain things with them. But for now, quite a few of these berries actually have special uses. All right. So now, let's take another level in weight, because that's important. And then, the yellow berries, the blueberries, and the red berries really don't have much of a use yet. Later on, they will have a big use. All right, but right now, the purple ones, these ones right here, you want to keep all the purple berries that you get. Because these right here, dinosaurs, or vegetarian dinosaurs, they eat these. Or the berryosaurs. The herbivores, they eat these ones, they prefer these ones over the other berries. They will eat these berries, but they prefer the purple ones, the mesoberries, more than all the other berries. Now, the blackberries, these ones right here, notice this right here, these give torpor. Okay, this right here, if you have a dinosaur or another player knocked out, you can feed them the blackberries. Let me get over here. Oh, there's a Dillo. Dillo aggroed on me. Dillo aggroed! Run, 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 run! All right, so yeah, the blackberries, they actually provide a little bit of torpor to something that's already knocked out. You can keep things knocked out almost indefinitely. All right, now that Dillo, he's gonna be chasing us for a little bit. Now, if you start getting chased by a Dillo or a Raptor or something like that, one of the easiest ways to shake aggro is you lure it next to some little passive dino like this, and they'll aggro on that normally. And then they'll just run it off, and then, okay, he de-aggroed already. All right. This guy right here, actually, these Moshops right here, these guys are a different type of taming than the rest. I was going to cover taming a little bit differently. Matter of fact, I'll probably leave him till later, and then we can cover the taming on them. But notice right here, the Mesoberry will actually give us 7.5 torpor. Bam, 7.5 torpor. Now, this right here is cumulative, so the more narcoberries that we eat, the more unconscious we get. When this meter reaches a certain percentage, you'll just be knocked out on the ground. Then every dinosaur in the area will be able to come over and then chew on your meaty bits. Yeah, they enjoy it. That's kind of one of the things they do. That's like the reason they're here, is to chew on your meaty bits. Yeah, get used to it. All right, so yeah, so now we're gonna start working on going and getting more fibers so we can get our cloth armor. Because this stuff right here, actually, it will keep you a little bit warm in the in the colder areas, and a little bit cold in the colder areas. It's pretty effective. It's kind of good. All right, now let's learn the cloth gloves, the boots, and the hat. But we're not gonna be able to craft all this stuff until we get a spear, and then we can start killing some dinosaurs where we can get some hide. But how you equip this stuff, you can either go over like this, double click it, or you can take it and then you can just drag it right over to there, and then bam, it's equipped. All right, so now let's start working about getting our spears. We need wood for that. So what we do now is we go grab our hatchet, and then we walk over here to the trees and we start whacking them with a hatchet. Because you'll notice that if you beat up a tree with a hatchet, you'll get more wood than you do thatch. But if you use a pick on the tree, you'll get a lot more thatch than you do wood. And the same thing goes for rocks. All right, see these rocks right here? If we go up to the rock and we start beating on it with a hatchet, you get more stone. But if you go up to it and you beat it with a pick, then you get more flint, a lot more flint. All right, and you'll also have a higher chance of getting metal with the pick than you will the hatchet. All right, so now that we've got that, let's go craft us. Oh, hey, there's a level. I'm gonna take weight all the way up to 200 to begin with. And then let's see, let's craft, how many of these can we craft? Now, if you want, on PC, you could just right click on this. On the Xbox and the PS4, it'll have directions up here on how to craft 5 of them, or how to craft as many of them as you want. Or you could just click the use button on it that many times to craft that many. I just crafted 3 spears, and we're gonna take those and put those down in our 0 slot. All right, so now we actually have a way to defend ourselves. So from here on out, we're going to be keeping an eye out for more of those dillos, some of these things down here, and then also maybe a Lystrosaurus over here, because these are quick and easy hide. I was hoping to find some dodos. Actually, oh, you're 125. I don't want to gank you. All right, I want to save you for later, because 125 ones of those guys, they're actually pretty good. All right, so let's come over here. Let's just work our way over here, because generally on this side, it's going to be a little bit safer, a little bit easier, especially since there's dillos creeping over there wanting to eat our face. Now, these little seagulls in the air, you want to avoid them. They will actually steal your items from you, and they'll make you have a very, very bad day. But now that we found these little dudes, you guys remember dodos? Yeah, they're cute. Well, guess what? You are now the reason why dodos went extinct. That's right. Every single dodo you find in the beginning of the game, gank that little sucker because he just gave us a bunch of hide. And then with the hide, we can go and we can craft this stuff, craft that stuff, and then, well, we didn't need it for the hat, but, you know, it's a good thing. All right, so now we've got our entire ensemble crafted. We've got our gloves made. And then we've got our hat made. You know, you notice that we'll have like this weird hat effect. Now, you can actually get rid of that. If you go to the brackets right over on the side, or if you take and you hold T, that'll open up the same thing. But this right here is just your whistle wheel. If you go to play emote, then it'll pop open this, and then you can just go over to any of these and you can select it. But with this open, if you go up to one of these brackets, see how that right there is set on light. If you go to the other bracket and then you just click it over the top of that, then it'll tell it that right there. It'll assign those as macro or emote hotkeys. So now all we have to do is click that button, that bracket, and then we can remove that. And also our hair will be slowly growing as we're going and we're playing, as I go look for more dodos. And then finding a nice safe spot so where we can kind of call home. Alright, now the easiest way to replenish your water when you need it is you just walk over to the water like this, any water on the island, and you just look down at it and you just click your use button. And that'll refill your water. And also notice that the more you sprint, so you look at the little lightning bolt down at the side, that goes down really fast. But also, in order to replenish that, when it comes back up, it'll drain your food, it'll drain your water, and here, watch. It'll spring right back up really quick, but it'll take your water and your food with it. So you want to be pay very close attention to sprinting too far. You don't need to always sprint, but if you need to, just do it. Yes, yes, very, very important. Alright, so just as you're going and you're playing this game, make sure you keep an eye out for any bad things running at you. Remember, if something's running directly at you, it's not your friend. It's going to eat you. You turn around and you run the other way. Run over by one of those triceratops or the parasaurs over there, and then try to get aggro attached to it. Yeah, trust me. If something's running at you, it's not your friend. It's not coming to say hi. Welcome to the land of dinosaurs. Alright, so let's get over here and let's see if we can find some more. Okay, now Dillos, you'll notice that some of the dinosaurs in this game like to actually fight each other. Alright, the ones with the meaty bits, they like to chew on the other ones with the other meaty bits. Alright, so now, this guy right here for some reason is running. I want to see if I can gank that guy, so where I can show you the most effective way of taking out Dillos before we end this episode and we move on to the next episode here soon. Okay, now this guy's already chasing. See how he's chasing right at me? He's not coming to say hi. All right, now these guys, they will spit on you. And now the spit, it makes you have like this green overlay on your screen that makes it really hard to see, makes you not want to move. All right, now all you do is you wait until they flare up and then you move to the side. And they'll miss you. And then all you do is walk backwards and just stab it in the face. Now these wooden spears, they will break just like that. And usually at the worst time. There we go. Suck it, Dillo. Alright. So for demonstration purposes, we broke a couple spears. We got chased on, got almost spit on. And now, you know what? Dude. Yeah, you owe me this hide. Give me. Alright, so now that we've covered that, we've covered all the basics. Just remember, hold on to your metal and stuff, and then stay tuned for episode 2, because there's a lot of stuff for this, for how to start out on the island, how to start out in Ark Survival Evolved, and we're just getting started. We can't cover it all in one episode, so hey, I hope the video helps you out getting started, and make sure that you stay safe, and if something's running towards you, run the other way. Alright, so if you liked the video, if the video helped you out, click that like button. I really appreciate that. If you're new around here, subscribe, and until next time, this is Phlinger Phoo, and take it easy, everybody.